The settlement was just for California and Massachusetts. What about the other 48 states?
Well, to be clear, this is a settlement. It is not a judge deciding on the issues raised in the original litigation, so it's still an open question for the other states as well as these states to take on. So we're going to see lawsuits around the country continue to pop up from drivers. And then apart from the lawsuits from drivers, there's also litigation going on around whether Uber is handling insurance liability sufficiently, as taxi cab companies have to. And then there's also the question of the right to unionize and whether drivers can collectively bargain.
Back to the subject of pay for a second, because one reveal out of this settlement was around the issue of tipping. Essentially, that tips aren't included in the fare under Uber.
That's right. I mean, and if you go to Uber's site, what it says verbatim is your fare is automatically charged to your credit card on file. There's no need to tip. So you think, okay, there's no need to tip. They're already including that. But in fact, they're not. And now under the settlement, Uber is going to make that clear to passengers and allow drivers to collect a tip. One question out there is, how's that going to be? Are you suddenly going to bring cash into your Uber car? My prediction on this is that Uber is just going to follow the lead of their competitor Lyft. In the Lyft app, you're able to include a tip after your ride, and it's just all charged to your credit card.
What does this all mean for the so-called gig economy? Uber is synonymous with these kind of contract or freelance work apps. What are the implications here?
Well, this is really key, is that this litigation and what happens with Uber is extremely important for an entire economic organization. About 500,000 people here in the US drive for Uber every month. And I'm not talking passengers, drivers, about 500,000. There's not a single other company you can name that's assembled a workforce that quickly. I mean, Uber started in 2009, so that kind of growth is crazy. And thinking about the future, Uber has a few assets. They have a vast fleet of cars, they have the tools and the relationships needed to pair people. So of course, they're working on a lot more than car rides. Take Uber Eats, food delivered right to you, and Uber takes commission on your lunch. So if you think about comparisons and putting this in perspective, you remember there was once this little company called Amazon that sold books online. It was just a book. .org and include a way to reach you.
NPR's Arthi Shahani, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Phone starts to feel. Face a choice. Need to try to fix it or just get a new one. But what if there was a smartphone that never got old? NPR's Alina Selyuk looked into it.
What if I told you there was a way to keep using your phone forever? I asked some phone users, would you want to?